lifestyle changes that I could make for this project. I wanted to choose things that could easily be implemented into my life as a college student. The three things that I focused on for the first week were limiting my meat intake, producing less waste, and not driving my car. Not eating meat wasn't too much of a challenge for me, as I already don't make it all that often at home. I was able to substitute meat with alternative food items, and this also helped me to become more conscious and aware of all the foods that I eat. I was able to substitute meat for other products such as tofu, beans, or oats. Oats and tofu have comparable amounts of protein to products such as beef and milk, yet they use less than 1/3 the amount of water. By replacing chicken with tofu, I was able to save water and CO2. In order to produce a pound of chicken, about 515 gallons of water and 13.3 pounds of CO2 are needed. In order to produce the same amount of tofu, about 111 gallons of water and about 1.1 pound of CO2 are needed. As shown on the graph on the screen, I was able to save about 1.15 pounds of carbon dioxide by replacing a serving of chicken with just one serving of beans, and I did this multiple times throughout the week. Although I usually go to the Saturday farmers market, doing this project has made me more aware of where all my produce comes from as well. Eating local is a great way to lessen my carbon footprint, as the foods that I'm buying are coming from a less great of a distance. Living waste-free or limiting my waste was the most difficult part of this challenge for me. After keeping track of where the majority of my waste comes from, I found that it's mainly food packaging. When I did my weekly grocery shopping at S&S Grocers, I used the bulk section in order to make my own trail mix, and even brought an old shampoo bottle and refilled it with their bulk shampoo, and so that I wouldn't have to buy a new plastic bottle. I also made sure to bring my own reusable bags, so that I wouldn't have to get plastic ones from the store. When I went to get coffee during the week from the coffee shop, I realized that I didn't have my reusable cup, so I had to walk back home to get it. By bringing my own grocery bags, each plastic bag needs about 22 gallons of water in order to be produced. And I brought about 4 of my own bags, so that saved about 88 gallons of water. And by bringing my own coffee cup to the coffee shop, I was able to save about 100 gallons of water because I did it 2 times during the week. Because I already ride my bike most everywhere in Chico, I didn't have too much difficulty getting around without a car. I always find that riding my bike is a fun way to get exercise and it's an easy way to get places, especially because it ensures that I won't have to search for parking. The most difficult part of riding my bike was grocery shopping. When I went to S&S, I didn't have too many things that I needed to get, and knowing that I didn't have a basket on my bike meant that I really had to pick and choose what I purchased, and it also meant that I spent a lot less money, even though the food still lasted me throughout the week. Riding my bike in each direction was about 2.4 miles, which is a total of 4.8 miles total. I rode my bike about that same distance twice during the week. Because my car gets 22 miles per gallon, I only used about 0.43, or I saved about 0.43 gallons of gas throughout the week. After 1 month of doing this, I would be able to save about 1.72 gallons of gas, which then totals to 32.4 pounds of carbon dioxide that wouldn't be burned. I don't think that this week was a very accurate representation of my driving habits, though, because I didn't have many errands to run. Overall, I really enjoyed the first week of this project, and it made me much more aware of my day-to-day habits. I found that each of these lifestyle changes were and are interconnected with each other, and I look forward to challenging myself to live an even more eco-friendly life this next week.